This is Co-op Radio Hornsby, Austin, streaming at koop.org. Radio for people, not for profit. You're listening to Volumes, the Austin Public Library radio show. I'm Kanya Lyons. Each week on the show, we'll introduce you to the people and programs that make the library a special place for the community. Volumes, we bring the library to you every Wednesday at 7 p.m. And I want to thank our friends on the show before us writing on the air because they are always kind and tell their listeners about our show. And today on the show here in Volumes, our guest is Van, who's a puppet. And Van hosts a show for kids and teens on the library's YouTube channel. And before we get into the interview with Van, we are going to have three of our favorite librarians tell us a little bit about some upcoming events at Austin Public Libraries across town.
My name is Blair Parsons, and I am a reference librarian at the Falk Central Library. Saturday, December 17th, the Little Walnut Creek Branch Library hosts Star Wars, May the Party Be With You. In celebration of the newest Star Wars movie, the library will host Star Wars trivia, a scavenger hunt, and a costume contest. Make your own Yoda ears, Princess Leia buns, or lightsaber. Saturday, December 17th at 2:30 at the Little Walnut Creek Branch Library. Monday, December 19th, the Falk Central Library hosts Night Crafters, a monthly adults-only craft program. This month's craft is felt coasters. Whether a seasoned crafter or new to the game, Night Crafters offers a fun and welcoming place to craft. The program begins at 6 p.m. Monday, December 19th at the Falk Central Library.
This is Kathleen Houlihan, the teen librarian at the Falk Central Library downtown, bringing you all the teen and tween events happening across the Austin Public Library system for the upcoming week. Just in time for the holiday break, the Twin Oaks branch is hosting free play video gaming on Thursday, December 15th at 3:30 p.m. And also on December 15th, the Teen Book Club at the Spicewood Springs branch is discussing Maggie Stiefvater's The Scorpio Races, a delicious tale about man-eating water horses and a gutsy heroine who wants to race them. Friday, December 16th, the University Hills branch is holding free play gaming starting at 4 p.m. And 2:30 p.m. on December 17th, the Little Walnut Creek branch is hosting a Star Wars party for all ages. At 2 p.m. on Sunday, December 18th, the Falk Central Library is hosting the second of our Mario Kart 8 Wii U tournaments at 2 p.m. And our third tournament is scheduled for 4 p.m. on December 19th at the Carver branch. Tuesday, December 20th at the University Hills branch, there's a teen and tween STEAM event happening at 5 p.m. And on Wednesday, December 21st at 5 p.m., teens can have their choice of chess club at the Willie Mae Kirk branch or the Mostly Manga Book Club at the University Hills branch, where they'll discuss My Hero Academia. More library programs and details are at library.austintexas.gov/events.
This is Ann Minner, Youth Services Manager and Children's Librarian at the Old Quarry Branch. I get to tell you about the Austin Public Library events happening for children this week. The library is hosting several holiday parties this week. The Quintessential Woodwind Quartet will play from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Housen Branch on Thursday, December 15th. There will be children's crafts and light refreshments. Recycled Reads, the used book bookstore, is hosting an open house and boutique sneak peek from noon to 6 on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the 16th, 17th, and 18th. There will be artwork from local artists, live music, and an open mic. And on Tuesday the 20th, from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m., the Southeast Branch will host a magical holiday party with cookie decorating, crafts, a special guest, magician Gusto the Great, and a visit from Santa, who is more than happy to take a break during this busy time to take selfies with partygoers. Details are at library.austintexas.gov.
The Talking Book Program is a free library service for persons with a visual, physical, or reading disability preventing them from reading standard print. The Talking Book Program is looking for fluent Spanish-speaking volunteers interested in being trained to operate easy-to-use studio recording software and hardware so that more books in Spanish can be produced for patrons across Texas and the U.S. To volunteer, you may contact 512-475-4605 or visit texastalkingbooks.org.
If you have an old vehicle that can no longer be on the road, we can get it out of your way. With the Co-op Car Donation Program, we pick up your old car, truck, or boat. Get some space back in your garage while helping Co-op. For more info, call us at 877-750-KOOP or visit koop.org.
You're listening to Volumes, the Austin Public Library radio show. In the studio with us today, we have a very special and blue and fluffy guest. His name is Van. Welcome, Van.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going awesome. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm always doing good.
So Van is, as you may have guessed, a puppet.
Yes.
And so tell me, Van, where does a puppet like you come from?
Well, I come from the library.
Excellent.
Yeah, I live right in the stacks. Pop up a little cot, take a nap, get up, see the kids. That's what I do.
Cool.
Yeah.
So Van, tell me, what's your favorite color?
Well, if I had to pick one, it would probably be blue.
Blue.
You're probably wondering why I picked blue.
Because you are blue?
Ooh, you're so good. How'd you get that? Wow.
Does it mean that you're sad, though?
No. I'm not blue like that. It's not like it's not easy being green. I'm not Kermit. I don't sing those kind of songs. I sing it's awesome being blue.
So you do sing?
Oh, yeah. Just not the sad songs about how I don't like being blue. I sing happy songs about how I do like being blue.
Excellent. Well, so I have another quick question for you.
Okay.
I don't know if you can answer this one. It's kind of a tough one.
All right. I'll put on my thinking cap.
So, what's your favorite book?
Ooh, that is a tricky one because I do like lots of books. You know what? If I had to pick one book, I would pick Abby Yo-Yo by Pete Seeger. One of my favorites. And my favorite thing about it is when librarians read it at story time because it's a really cool story. Do you know the story of Abby Yo-Yo?
No, tell me about this.
Well, it starts off, there's a man and a boy in a town. And the man, he plays magic tricks on people, but they don't really like it very much. And the little boy plays the ukulele. The people in the town, they don't like that either. So they kick him out. And then a giant appears.
What?
Yeah. I won't give away the ending. But the giant's name is Abby Yo-Yo.
Oh.
Yeah. He's the titular character, as they say.
Nice. So is this a picture book?
It is a picture book. That's right. And it's actually it's an old folk tale that Pete Seeger retold in his own way. And if you're lucky enough to find a cassette copy of the audiobook, James Earl Jones reads it.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
The cassette copy? Do we have those at the library
No.
still?
They've been out of print a long time. They cost a lot of money on eBay.
Oh. So does Van have a budget for that? No, probably not.
No. But the preschool I was at had an old copy of the tape, so I got to listen to it there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, so a lot of people probably don't know this, Van, but you host your own show.
I do.
On the YouTubes.
That's right. I got a YouTube show. I'm a YouTube star. That's right. It's called The Van Show. How about that?
The Van Show.
Yeah, we're very clever.
Very creative. I like that. Well, so we've got some clips that we were going to play about The Van Show.
Yeah.
I think you're interviewing John Engelberger?
Tom Engelberger.
Tom Engelberger.
That's right. The origami guy. Origami Star Wars
Yoda.
guy. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think there's also a clip of us interviewing Nathan Hale.
Yes, the Civil War author.
He writes graphic novels, historical graphic novels. Yeah.
Awesome.
And I think there's also a clip of us interviewing some kids at the Manchac Library.
Excellent. Yes. These kids are going to tell us about the library.
Yeah. And I do the questioning. I bring it out of them. That's what I do.
Well, this is so exciting. I'm dying to hear what this is like. So let's listen to some.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
This is some audio from some YouTube clips of The Van Show with Van, the puppet.
Yeah. We're here with The Van Show talking to my friend, Tom Engelberger.
Hey, Tom, how's it going?
Yeah, it's going great, Van. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great.
All right.
Thanks for asking. So, Tom, we want to know a little bit about you. Where are you from?
Yeah, I live up in Virginia, man. I'm kind of hillbilly.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I live out in the mountains and goof around. But the great thing about the new world is you can be a nerd and a hillbilly at the same time. You know?
Yeah?
So I'm a nerd Billy.
A nerd Billy?
Yeah.
I never even heard of that.
Well, I'm the only one.
Oh, yeah? So you get Wi-Fi up in the mountains?
Wi-Fi?
Oh, don't you need that to be a nerd?
No, what happens is if you send a tweet, Cyrus puts it in a jug and carries it into town for us.
He sends it on down the river.
He puts it in the river. He puts it in the river. Cyrus, get away from the river, boy.
Oh, he's sending a tweet. Let the man tweet. Jeez Louise. That's awesome. So this is a trilogy, right?
It's a trilogy. The first one's they sneak into a poop fountain.
Okay.
The second, and then once again, these are all based on real life because there really was a poop fountain. And when I used to be a reporter, I actually had to do a story about it. That's how I saw it and smelled it. In the first place, that's why I wrote a book about it.
Wait, okay, so let's stop for a minute.
Yeah.
You were a reporter.
I was a reporter.
And your boss came up to you and said,
yes.
Tom, I got a story for you.
Yes. And of course,
I said, cover the poop fountain.
Yes, and what I told her was, I think I could cover that over the telephone. I think I could do that over the telephone. She's like, no, you got to go. You got to go.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do the color
So
commentary.
I go down there, Van. The guy gives me a 2-hour tour of the sewage treatment plant. And what I found out was the smell is not uniform. It smells differently depending on which part of the plant you're in.
They have like a corn room and a peanut room. I'm sorry. This is too easy.
It's actually, the corn room is actually called the grit chamber.
Oh!
I'm not making that up.
Eesh.
So you can see it was such great material that I had to put it in a book.
Absolutely.
So I wrote this book. And then my other thing, I used to work at a biological station, and this guy told me that down in the basement under the laboratory, there was a rat with a human face.
What?
So I wrote a book about that too.
What's that book called?
What?
What's that book called?
It's called The Rat with the Human Face.
Very clever.
I thought you'd like that. I thought you'd like that.
Oh,
and then a third book, we have this local folklore that says that back in the before the Civil War, there's definitely plantations all over Virginia, right?
Yeah.
Well, before the Civil War, this slave owner was buried standing up so that he could keep watching over his slaves. That's our local folklore, right?
Wow.
So I was like, if you were a kid and you heard about that, what would you do? You'd sneak into the plantation, break into the tomb, and kick him over.
Yeah.
Isn't that what you would do, Van?
I'd either do that or
So I
poop
wrote a
on him.
book about that too. It's Cosmic Justice 200 years later. So it's called To Kick a Corpse.
Whoa.
So
To Kick a
when you
Corpse.
add up the 3 books, you got Poop, A Rat with a Human Face, and Kicking a Corpse.
Very uplifting topic.
They are.
I love it. Hey, everybody. It's the Van Show, and we're talking to my friend, Jonathan Auxier.
Hello, how are you, Van?
Well, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking.
No problem.
They don't usually ask. They just kind of say hello and we get going with the interview.
Yeah, most people are jerks, but I'm a nice guy.
Well,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that. You said that, but I wouldn't say that. All right, well, Jonathan, the kids want to know a little bit about you. All right, well, cool, man. Well, do you have any pets at home, Jonathan?
I have a pet umbrella. His name is Colonel Hanway. He's named after Jonas Hanway, who's the inventor of the umbrella in the mid-18th century. He didn't want to get wet when he went outside, so he stole a lady's parasol and walked around with a pink frilly thing in the streets of London. And so I named my umbrella after him.
Wow, and it's your pet. You
Yeah,
keep
yeah,
it,
we
you,
care
do
it,
you
we
have
feed it.
conversations with your umbrella?
Yeah, I chat with it a little bit. It's got the head of a bird, like Mary Poppins, so we talk a lot.
Very cool. Do you ever walk around with it like it's a cane? Like you're
know,
like super cool man with the cane?
I'm sort of obnoxiously tall, and so I can't use it as a cane without leaning over, so it doesn't work. I wish I could.
You might look like a hunchbacked old man.
There you go. There you go.
Well, maybe when you're older, it'll look really cool. You get
Old
one with
man
like a gold
Auxier,
fist
there
or
you
something.
go.
All right, yes. Old man Auxier. All right, you got that weird bird umbrellas walking around. Old man Auxier. That's what the kids in Pittsburgh are going to say in about 30 years.
They're already saying it.
Oh, geez. All right. Well, Jonathan, hey, I got another question for you, actually.
Yeah.
It's a little personal. I hope you don't mind.
Fire away.
Is there anything that scares you?
Oh, so much stuff scares me. I'm actually a very easily frightened person. I was a little bit like that.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I get frightened very easily. Anytime I see something a little bit scary, read something a little scary, I'm up all night. I just can't. I can't handle that. Which is weird because my books are a little bit dark and creepy. So I don't know why write stuff that frightens me, but it happens a lot. So
Do you think maybe it's therapeutic? Like you feel scared about something, so if you write about it, it helps you feel better?
I think I usually what I try to do is if I put something that frightens me into a book and then I make a character who's braver than I am and they overcome that fear, then I'm kind of teaching myself how to handle it. So yeah, I think it's absolutely therapy.
I learned a word for that.
What is it?
Vicarious.
There you go. I'm vicariously overcoming these fears.
Very cool. Excellent, Jonathan. Well, hey, man, I see you got a book there. First of all, let's see, what's the title of that book?
This book is called Sophie Quire and the Last Story Guard. It just came out. I'm very excited about it.
Ooh, okay, well, let's imagine that book's already been made into a film.
Okay. Awesome.
And you are doing the voiceover for the trailer of that film.
Okay.
You have 30 seconds, and it's got to start with, in a world.
Okay, I got
Feeling
one
good?
crack at this.
What's that?
Okay, I'm gonna try it. Are
All
we
right.
ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Hold on. Okay, now I'm ready.
In a world that has turned its back on stories, there stands one girl, a 12-year-old bookmender named Sophie Quire. She discovers when she finds a magical, lost book that the stories and characters that she's always loved her whole life are actually real, and they exist just beyond the periphery of the world she knows. And she also learns that she, this 12-year-old bookmender, is the one thing standing between those magical characters and complete destruction. This book is a love letter for anyone who's ever felt more at home in a dusty old bookshop than in the real world.
Oh my goodness, I love that. That kind of reminds me of the Never-Ending Story. That's how I felt when I read that book.
I gotta tell you, I had a whole stack of books that I was drawing from as I write my own books. I'm always doing that. And Never-Ending Story by Michael Ende was at the very top of that stack. And readers, if you've only seen that movie, gotta go to the book. The book is super weird. It gets really dark and bizarre, especially in the second half. But that's definitely one of the things I was drawing from as I was writing this book.
How cool. All right, well, thank you so much for sharing that with us.
No problem,
That's
man.
great. All right, well, welcome, Mark, to the show. I'm so glad to have you on. What's your favorite book? Do you have a favorite?
Star Wars Return of the Jedi, Beware the Power of the Dark Side.
Oh, is that the one that Tom Engelberger wrote?
Yes.
Yes, he's one of my favorite authors. So cool.
Me too.
That's a great
That's my
book. And he's got a lot of other great books, too. You've read the Origami series, I'm taking it.
Yes.
Yes, a well-read man. Good for you. Hey, Grace.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good.
Do you like coming to the library?
Yes.
What's your favorite thing to do at the library?
I like reading books and going to the puppet shows.
Oh, you do like the puppet shows? Guess who else likes puppet shows and has one thumb?
You?
This guy. Yeah, that's me. Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. We got our friend Brecklin here today. Say hi, Brecklin.
Hi.
Hi. Awesome. Now, do you like coming to the library?
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite thing to do at the library?
Reading books and seeing puppet shows.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite book?
Pokemon.
Oh, you like the Pokemon series, so you like graphic novels. We have a fine selection of graphic novels at the library. Have you read all the Pokemon books? Well, you gotta catch them all. Or you gotta read them all. That's what I hear anyway. So now let's see. Oh, okay. Now, you said you like puppet shows too. Do you have a favorite puppet show?
The one with Shrek and Nona.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. This has been a ton of fun. The last thing we're gonna do is look at the camera and say goodbye. Are you ready? Here we go. Goodbye.
You're listening to Volumes, the Austin Public Library radio show.
On Co-op 91.7 FM, Hornsby, Austin, radio for people, not for profit.
Co-op Radio features roots programming every morning of the week. This is Rod Moog inviting you to join me for the country, swing, and rockabilly jamboree Thursday mornings from 9 to 11. Our country is classic, our swing is western, and the rockabilly is the early kind from the mid-1950s. Thursday mornings 9 to 11. Look for you there.
And we are back with the Austin Public Library radio show, Volumes, and our guest, Van.
Yeah.
Who is a big furry blue puppet who hosts his own YouTube show for the library.
I know. What a weird world we live in, huh?
Pretty awesome, man. And those clips were hilarious.
Oh, thank you. So I realized when we were playing the clips, that wasn't Nathan Hale, although I did interview Nathan Hale, and he's awesome. That was Jonathan Oxier, obviously.
Yes. I'm sorry. That was my bad.
Oh, no. It wasn't bad. It was great. I love Jonathan Oxier.
Yeah, no, he's great. I was laughing the whole time. You could hear me. Well, so what is your favorite thing to do, Van?
Well, I got to say I like talking to people. That's what I do. I wake up in the morning, I brush my blue fur, and I go out and talk to people. And sometimes I film it for the YouTube show. And sometimes I go on the radio and talk to people.
Oh, like this right now?
Just like this, yeah. Well, actually, this is the first time I've been on the radio. I'm pretty excited. Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Puppet day out.
But yeah, I like talking to authors. I like talking to kids. I like talking to readers. Just anybody who's interested in literacy and libraries.
It's pretty exciting stuff.
That's what I do.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you interview like children's authors?
I do. Children's authors, teen authors. I'd interview adult authors if they wanted to talk to me. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like people that write and people that read, even people who talk.
And then sometimes you play silly games on your show as well, right?
That's right. Yeah, once we hit the second season, we added a wheel to the show with some games on it, and we play games with the authors. You didn't hear that on the radio because it probably doesn't translate very well, because you need to. A lot of it is visual. That's right.
Well, so that's really interesting. So tell me, do you have a favorite moment on one of your games?
Oh, geez. We've done a lot of cool games. One of my favorites is the minute challenge, where we have the authors put a popsicle stick in their mouth and try to stack 6 dice on top of it.
Oh my!
In 1 minute.
And can they do it?
I think one of them made it. It was pretty impressive.
Wow!
But it's more fun to watch them fail.
And do the authors like it?
Oh yeah, most of them. We're pretty kind on the Van Show. If there's a game an author doesn't want to play, we tell them that's okay, and we take it off the wheel.
Oh
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, there's no winners or losers in the game. I guess everybody's a winner, so we don't mind, manipulating the rules a little bit.
Well, that's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so tell me more about this. So you live at the library.
I do.
So what's your favorite thing about the library?
Well, what I really love about the library is how it feels like the heart of the community. Like every little community you go to that's got a library, that's where all the action's at. All the people come down to the library, all different kinds from all over the community, getting to talk to each other and meet each other. It's a great place where kids can find not only books, but movies and CDs, as well as they can get on the computer. They've got librarians that'll help them with their homework.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Homework help?
Oh, yeah. The youth librarians are awesome at all the libraries, and they're always willing to help.
I think I believe that. Yep.
Well, you should believe that, because I don't lie.
Yep, it's true. I think back when I was a kid and I would go to the library, and the librarians were always super cool. And they would tell me about all these awesome books, like my favorite books. Like if I didn't
why don't you tell me what's your favorite book?
Well, now or when I was a kid?
Well, you pick.
Okay, so when I was a kid, actually, it was funny. At a training today, they were talking about The Island of the Blue Dolphins, and I'd completely forgotten about that book, but I read that as a kid and I loved it. But I don't know if that was my favorite book. I think that I really liked The Chronicles of Narnia.
Oh, yeah.
And then when I was like 11, I read The Lord of the Rings, and I really liked that. But back then, we didn't have all the books the kids have today. We didn't have graphic novels. We didn't have quite as many. We just had
Well, how old are you? Graphic novels have been around since the turn of the century.
Well, I don't remember them when I was a kid anyway.
Will Eisner wrote the first graphic novel
Peanuts
in the 50s, I think. 40s or 50s.
Okay, well, I'm not that old.
You just weren't looking hard enough.
I guess I didn't know. But now, graphic novels are pretty prolific and kids are really into them. But, yeah.
I will say, I agree. I think it wasn't until closer to the year 2000 when libraries really started putting graphic novels in their collections.
Oh.
So while they existed, the libraries really didn't catch on until around then.
Ah, yep. Cool. Well, I'm glad that we've caught on now.
Oh, yes. Me too.
Well, Van, I just have to thank you so much for coming and telling us about your show and telling us about your life. I'm kind of jealous. I wish I could live in the library.
Well, Yeah, you probably can't.
Yeah, the sensors would go off. Well, anyway, thanks so much, Van. And so if people want to check out, if the Van Show is available on the library's YouTube channel.
That's right. It's at library.austintexas.gov/van.
Oh, that's easy.
That's it.
library.austintexas.gov/van. Okay, I'll go check it out.
There's like almost 50 episodes on there.
Cool. 50 episodes.
Yeah.
You are a star.
I'm a working monster.
So cool. All right. Well, thanks again, Van. We'll see you later.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Bye. Cool. Wow. It was so good to have Van on the show. So now I was going to talk a little bit about the My Library Awareness Campaign, which is an initiative that the library is doing right now. We have some quotes from Austin residents, and here are just a few of the things that people are saying about the library. One customer said, "My library inspires me to think, educate myself, and pass that knowledge to others." Different customers said, "Coming to the library is like going to a candy store. It's my favorite go-to place in all the world." Another customer said, "My library offers amazing story times." Someone else says, "My library helps make my daughter's homeschool program fun." "My library inspires me to be the person I want to be." Oh, that one gets me right there. And there's tons more of these, just lots of different, perspectives and things that people like best about the library. I think what I like best about the library changes all the time depending on what kind of mood I'm in, because there's so many cool things. But I would like to take a minute to thank our guest for being here. It was so awesome to have Van in the show with us. And I also want to mention that next week we are going to have Lance Gentles and Everett Keller on the show to talk to us about the Carver Computer and Job Search Center. And so I look forward to talking to those guys. A lot of people don't know that the library has a computer and job search center where people can go, they can get help with their resume, they can get help looking for a job. A lot of times people have the skills for the job, they just don't necessarily have the computer skills to help them get the job. And the library is the missing link in that scenario. And so the Carver Computer and Job Search Center is pretty awesome. There are also technology assistants in the library system. There's one at the Ruiz branch, and she's bilingual, so Spanish speakers, come on, check it out. It's pretty cool. And then we have a technology assistant at what's the other branch? It's at the Carver. It's at the Carver. No, I'm sorry. It's at the Willie Mae Kirk branch. So there's a technology assistant there. So, people can just walk in, ask a question about the computer, get help buying a ticket to go home to visit their family, or get help trying to talk to a family member on, the internet, all sorts of cool things that that people come to the library for, and we're there to help them. And so next week, we really look forward to talking to Lance and Everett. Additional information about this and everything about the Austin Public Library is available at library.austintexas.gov. And I just want to thank everyone for listening, and thanks to Van for being here. And let's roll those credits. Thanks for listening to Volumes, the Austin Public Library radio show. Details at library.austintexas.gov/volumes.
Want to give a special thanks to our audio engineer, DJ Harris, and our volunteer production assistant, Sev Corson.
And thanks to the musicians who composed and performed our original theme song: Andrew Noble on violin, Kirk Duvall on guitar, and APL's very own Mike Wheat on percussion.
Volumes, the Austin Public Library radio show, airs Wednesdays at 7 p.m. on KOOP.org Community Radio.